Hello. I started trying to broadcast a second ago, but it went wrong. So apologies if you saw that little bit. Right, Pathalas here. Hello. I was just saying, and in case it didn't get recorded, I'll say it again. Thank you very much if you came to see my last stream. I had a problem with that. If you did watch it, thank you for sticking with it, because the commentary was a lot quieter than the sound effects in the game. So let me just go in and change the settings a little bit to reduce the sound effect volume, and hopefully you'll be able to hear me. So I have to go to letterbox mode, controls, options, where is it? Volume. Music's not such a problem, but we'll turn that down a bit. Stick that down to 50. Sound effects down to 50. Maybe that will help. It was a particular problem when I was driving around flight. No, it's sensitivity. Okay, let's give that a go. Okay, right, let me just get back into here because I'm on a radioactive planet while I explain what's going to happen today. 1 second while I get the chat ready so I can see if anybody's talking to me. This is No Man's Sky Pathfinder. And I'm on video 2. Won't do me very much good if I can't find my own chat, would it? Okay, I might have to do without that. Can't find it. Let's give it a go anyway. What I'm trying to do this time round is, in my last stream, I managed finally to find a Gek to employ as my agricultural specialist, and so he sent me on various missions, but some of those missions involve finding Rigogen. Now, I confess that I've done a bit of this off stream, off air, so to speak, and I found this planet where there is Rigogen in the ocean, and that's very nice. However, this is quite a strongly radioactive planet, and the water is particularly radioactive, and even though I've got some radiation shielding here in my exosuit, and I've also got some... Oh, I need to charge that, haven't I? I'm not using titanium though. I'll find some zinc later. Even though I've got those aeration membranes, so I can swim for a while, I was having to go down with 6 what are they? 6 shielding sheets so that I could recharge everything to stay down long enough to find the Rigogen. Even though I was doing things like using the camera to find the Rigogen while it was paused and then swim in the right direction, it was still a bit of a problem. So I had an idea, and I've come back and I'm going to try and test it out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if the exocraft can go underwater and see if I can mine Rigogen using the exocraft. Okay, so that's the intent of the stream to start with. You can see here is a bit of ocean. Now what I was doing was I was flying reasonably low and then going into photo mode, dropping down into the ocean, and you can see this bit, there's nothing growing. Right, even if I have a little bit, and I can't go very far of course, but these oceans have got little lips, there we go, as far as I can go, drop down. You still can't see much growing there in the deep ocean. So back up to the ship. Hello. Oh, that's brilliant. Anyway, right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly around a little bit until I find, you can tell where the shallow is changing to the deep ocean there. I'll find a bit of ocean that's got plenty of plants growing, and where they are, there is Rigogen to be found. So photo mode, drop down, then I'll... No, see, no plants. Okay, keep going. Let's fly around the coast a bit. I've brought with me the right materials to build an exocraft geobay. So the idea is, let's just have a look at this little bit. Ooh, something there. Is that going to be enough? A few plants, look. Now that's more like it. Look, just over this lip, there is Rigogen. If you've never seen Rigogen before, that's what it looks like. And so I'm looking that there's some more, look. And some more there. So I'll start here. That'll be a good thing to do. Yeah, since shortly after the Pathfinder update, when we got the buggies, originally when it was dropped, I don't think you could take buggies onto any planet other than your home. And shortly after that, the ability to do this was introduced. Now that's a weird angle. Now, I'm not going to take the Nomad because I think, I'm not sure, but I think that skims across the surface. I would, if I took the Colossus, I'd have masses of space, but it's not very fast. Should I do a Colossus or shall I do the Roma? I'm just going to do my Roma because hopefully I can, woo, nice angle. Hopefully I can send anything I get back to the ship anyway. Let's give it a go. Whee! Into the water. Fantastic. Ah, now that's interesting. Did you see that? The radiation shielding popped up just for a moment as if it was detecting that I was in the water. And now it's disappeared because I'm in my exocraft. Now this is brilliant. I've never tried this before. I am really pleased that you can take this underwater. That's fantastic. How on earth am I going to get up here though? Oh, that's not enough. Can I get there? Can I do it? Nearly. Yes, that's partly floating, look. That's amazing. Right, dropping down over this lip. I shall have to remember to get back onto shore. That was actually swimming then. Did you notice? Brilliant. I have to remember to get back onto shore in a different location from that. That's going to be dangerous. Mind you, I could get down from this direction, couldn't I? Let's try it. Okay, right. Driving around the ocean floor for the very first time. Now, I've got my mining laser. How many slots have I got in here, actually? I've got 2 slots. I've got a bit of plutonium. Let me just charge up my engine first. So eventually, when I run out of that, I'm going to have to head back and find some more. There isn't a huge amount on this planet, but there's always some. Because those nice chaps at Hello Games have made sure that you can't ever be completely stranded. Does it work? Rigogen in the tank! Excellent. Oh, this is so much easier. If you've ever been swimming in the ocean to look for Rigogen, it takes a very long time. You end up running out of so many resources. Okay, I had to waste a... oh, there's one. I had to waste a dynamic resonator and some other resources to build the geobay, because you won't get those back when you destroy it. If I deleted that geobay now, I wouldn't get the resources back because I'm not within the confines of my home base. I think I'm right now. Someone might be able to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, that you only get the resources back from the things you built if you're in the sphere of influence, for want of a better word, of your home base. I think that's the case. So, oh, I love this. This is just so... Whoa! No, come on. Thank you. I also love the fact that it's impossible to destroy your exocraft. Look at this, it's swimming. Have you seen that? Because it's pointing up and I'm going forwards and I'm in the water, it's swimming. That's amazing. It would be interesting to find out if I could actually get it to the surface. But thankfully, it looks like... I don't want to jinx things like this. If anyone from Hello Games, miracle upon miracle, watches this or hears about people doing this, I don't want to jinx it by them introducing something like they've done before. But it seems that there is an infinite supply of oxygen in your exocraft. That would be phenomenal. Now, one thing that's very strange I've found is that when you do scans like that, you don't find, even if you're outside of your exocraft and just in your exosuit, it doesn't identify Rigogen. You have to swim around and find it. That's one thing that makes this so difficult. And because it's a deep ocean plant, you don't get to harvest it, farm it with your hydroponics missions, as far as I know. I've been reading some of the things about the missions to come that I haven't finished yet, but I don't think you get to harvest or grow your own Rigogen. All sorts of nice things you do get to. No, that's detritum. Can I get the Rigogen? Rigogen? Behind the detritum. Oh, no, actually I don't want that in my inventory, do I? It's behind that shell. There we are. Can I get it? Yeah. Reverse. So, was that some that I just ran over? No. Now, one thing I was doing while I was just swimming around was going into photo mode and going, where is the Rigogen? Where is the Rigogen? It became more of an issue when I was actually trying to carry my own oxygen with me with the aeration membranes, but not such a problem now. But I can't see any more in the immediate area. Let's go a little bit this way into the deeper ocean, see if anything makes itself obvious. No, I'm hitting the edge of my camera range here. Can't see much there. I wonder if this is an area just quite by chance that I visited before when I was swimming. Chances of that are reasonably slim, I suppose. Well, I'll just go for a bit of a ride, shall I? See what we can find. I would like to get... what are the chances of getting a complete stack of Rigogen before we head back? I don't know. We'll give it a go. We'll see. If it ends up getting boring, I will cut it short. But I've just proved to myself that I can do this, so I'll do this next time. Another thing I'd like to know is, once you've left a geobay on a planet, if you go back to another system, so if I teleport back to my base, for example, and then teleport back to this system and come down to the same planet, I know the chances of me finding the same place are slim, unless I put a beacon on it, which I might do. Don't know if I've got the stuff to build one, but I could. Will the geobase still be there? Will the beacon still be there? I've had this discussion with a friend of mine who's built the automated mining unit. There's some... Hello, region. Automated mining unit. I've just done that mission with my builder. And what I want to know is, if you leave it on a planet and then leave the planet, or if you leave the system, will it still be there when you come back? I don't know. Never tried it. Maybe I'll try it sometime. I'm not going to do it just yet, but some other time. Be interesting to know. Maybe somebody who watches this... Don't go down there. Maybe someone watching this will have tried it already and will know the answer and can put it in the comments. That would be very useful. Thank you. Because if you can leave things in another system, then that would be very interesting. I don't know, actually, what kind of resources you can harvest with an automated mining unit. I assume it's the things that you get big nuggets of, like emerald or iridium or gold, or I've got aluminium mines on my home planet. I presume it's for those kind of things. Now, those appear in almost every system, and the rare stuff... Hello, Sentinel, swimming. I'm going to have a look at you, if I can, quick. There you are. Never seen a swimming Sentinel before. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, the rare stuff that you don't get in every system, like Rigogen and spodonium and other things like that, they're plants. And I don't think the automated mining unit is designed for use with those. So maybe it wouldn't be so much use. Swimming in the exocraft, swimming in the exocraft. Ha ha ha! Look at this. Ooh. No, that one. Swimming exocraft. Didn't quite catch it, did I? Never mind. Interesting. Is there any Rigogen around? Can't see any. Oh, I keep going. It's going to take me a big mission to get back to my ship again after this, isn't it? I've just noticed that question mark. Let's let it get down. Question mark in the distance there. I wonder if that is an underwater base, which I've visited before. Now, one of my aeration membranes is fully charged up. I haven't charged up the other one because I didn't have enough zinc. What does it take to make shielding sheets? Just thought. Which one are they in? That one. Platinum. I've got plenty of iron. I can get that off the floor of the sea by mining the rocks around here, but I can't get platinum. So I can't use any of those, so I can't charge up my aeration membrane. But I've got one level, and thankfully it's the Tau, because I deliberately charged up the more effective one first. So that could get me to... Whoa, big hole! No! Come on. Get out of big hole. How big? Big, big. Oh, no. Well, we might be alright. Oh, no, it's bigger than I thought. I can't do the usual thing with this. If I was on the ground, I'd just climb out of my buggy and respawn it on the surface. But I'm underwater, and I don't want to do that. But it said I'd found something. There we are. What is this? Ha ha ha! Look! I can't save that from in my buggy. Is it worth getting out just to get some nanites? Yeah, go on. Blub, 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 blub. Nanites. Get back in. Notice how fast the radiation shielding went down. Yeah, thank you. Right, okay. Not much Rigogen though in this area. Plenty of plants. And normally where there are plants, there is Rigogen. So what I will do is I'll loop around and get back towards the ship. Oh, having said. Yeah, the storms on this planet are rather radioactive, so I'll stay underwater, or at least in my exocraft, until the storm passes, and then I will head off home. When I was last here, I managed to get almost all of the Rigogen that I wanted, taking advice from some blogs on the internet. They suggested getting 400 units of Rigogen while you were here. Whoa, that's what you get on this planet. Look at this. Every so often it just drops down to there, and that's an amazing formation. Just this big bowl, look. And it's, yeah, what's that? Huge hole. When I was in a camera, it didn't go anywhere. When I was in a camera exploring here, there are some holes in the sides, and you can go into caves. That's not one of them. And there's sort of caves under the ocean floor, which is very interesting, but immensely difficult to go and explore if you're just floating around by yourself. But I don't fancy... Oh, I don't know. That'll take me a while to get back out of there, wouldn't it? Okay, let's head off in this direction. Yeah, what was I saying? I interrupted myself yet again. Yeah, last time I was swimming here, not driving on the ocean floor. I managed to collect nearly all the Rigogen I wanted. Taking advice to get 400 units. I managed to get 350. So I've already got, is it over 100? Yeah, 131 here. Which is brilliant. But I know now that if I run out and I need some more for seeding some of the plants I want to grow in my farm, for example, then I know an easy way of coming to get them. Did I see one over there? There's one. Excellent. It does cost a dynamic resonator, 2 voltaic cells, and I think, is it 400 iridium to build a geobay, which is the only way of getting your exocraft onto another planet. But I think that's worth it, actually, when you weigh that up against shielding shards. Not going down there. Never get out. when you weigh that up against shielding shards, which cost iron. Iron's easy to get, but platinum isn't in such regular supply in the planets I've visited. Oh, I'm floating again. If you could keep it floating, I could go over those bowls actually, but I'm not so confident. It's much. You can actually go a lot faster when you're on the seabed here. Rigogen, and of course if I'm floating I can't find Rigogen. Yeah, so I quite like this tactic. What I will do, I'll take this back to the ship. I will fly back to the space station. I'll teleport back to my base, and I'll be able to carry on with some missions. Let me tell you a bit about the missions I've done so far, because if you were able to hear the commentary on my first stream at all, my first stream was called Desperately Seeking Gek, and come on, sort yourself out. The scenario behind that was because I've now walked through 30 different systems. Thank you, my weather girl. I've now walked through 30 different systems, and I haven't found a single Gek system to hire an agricultural specialist. And so that was the main purpose of my previous stream, was to find an agricultural specialist, and eventually I did. So I started off those missions. Now I've done a few more of the missions off air since, and I've got to the stage now. Fuel required. Fuel, yeah, I'll get back before that. I've got to the stage now where I have unlocked, let me just check my notes, put the front wheels down. I have unlocked Skywart, and I don't think I've planted any yet. And I've just, with my building, oh, how much faster is that? Oh, knowledge stone, I'm going to get that. I've just unlocked the blueprints for building a landing pad for my base, which is extremely exciting. I would like to do that. If I can do that within the time of this stream, that would be phenomenal. But in order to do that, I need lubricant, so I need to complete a few more of my scientists' missions. I wonder if there's time just to go around here a bit and get some... No. Leave it there. Right. What I will do, though, I'll see if I've got enough stuff. Hello, Mr. Sentinel. I don't think the Sentinels are too bad on this planet. Let's see if I can build a beacon, voltaic cells and carite sheets. Have I got any antrium on me? No. Okay, so I can't build a beacon. Right, well I'll just leave my exocraft geobay there, and I will find out at some point, no, I don't want that, if I've got enough. I nearly forgot to transfer the Rigogen out of there and onto my ship. That would have been stupid. Right, yes, at some point in the future I'll come back to this planet and see if I can spawn my buggy. I was thinking of names for my buggy. I haven't named any of my exocraft yet. My instinct is to call this one Herbie. I don't know, what do you think? We'll see. Right, let's head off. Bye bye oceans, radioactive as you are. It's quite a nice planet actually. Since I discovered this Gek system, I've only really been to that one planet because I wanted the guy from the space station. Oops, looped right over. Silly. Let's get back into space. And then all I wanted was an ocean. Now, I have another idea that I'm not going to use at the moment unless I get attacked by pirates. And how far away is the space station? There it is. That you tend to get attacked by pirates if you've got lots of valuable cargo, yeah? The countdown on the left is not counting down, so I'm going to risk it. I'm quite close. When I was making a bit of money earlier on, because I can't make money by farming yet, so I was mining emerald, which anyone watching this might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, I think is the most valuable single mineable commodity. And so I was mining that, and I was thinking I'm just going to get attacked by pirates as soon as I get there. And so what I did was I bought the first freighter I could find. I think it was about 15 million. Now thankfully I'd been stocking up a little bit, and bought this freighter, and then bought the first couple of generic ships that landed on my freighter. Hello, looking fifty. And I'm just leaving them on the freighter to act as storage. Now, why don't you, I hear somebody cry, use the base building on the freighter and build storage cubes? Well, my base, which I will show you in a moment, has all 10 storage cubes on, and to my annoyance, you can't build any more than on your freighter. And it's a bit of a faff having to go and talk to the captain to unload and offload your or upload, I don't know, your commodities. So all I'm doing is I'm leaving 2 ships on my freighter and using them as storage cubes. So let's go home. That ship, by the way, I meant to say the ship that you just saw me leave, you may recognise it if you were one of the people who pre-ordered this game before August last year. You got a bonus if you did it via game, I think it was. You got that bonus ship, and I redeemed that, and I haven't wanted to change that ship because I knew I'd never find another one like that until they updated the fact that you could have more than one ship on your freighter. So my aim was then to upgrade this ship as far as I could, leave a couple of slots like I've got it at the moment, and then leave it on my freighter. And one day when I've finished my base missions, I'm going to go and try and upgrade the ship. But here we are. This is my home system, and if you could hear the commentary on the last stream, this is the Asylum, because it's a mad planet. Now welcome to my base, my humble abode, and look, my buggy and my ship have followed me. So as you can see, I've finished the buggy missions, exocraft missions. I've upgraded them fully. Here's my base, and there is my fledgling farm. I've just learnt the blueprint for glass, and I haven't done anything with it yet. Let me give you a little tour. Straight on down here, this is the first bit I built, and here we have Rigogen. Hello, Gek. And what is he after at the moment? Scientist. We need insulating gel from our scientist. Okay. And I think the next thing he's going to give me is a galactic trade terminal, which would be phenomenal. So here is my scientist, Mr. Smug Korvax, and he is looking for he just wants me to go to a monolith. So yes, please mark that monolith on the map, because then I can make insulating gel, which is one of the good ways of making money in this game, isn't it? So coordinates received, I might go and find that. In fact, where is it? If it's not too far away, I will take exocraft monolith 6. Okay, yeah, I might take the nomad out. In here is my agricultural specialist, and what's annoying is when you talk to him, you just get a agricultural terminal in the way. Skywort. Antrium. Now Antrium I've got plenty of in my base, so I can do that in a moment. But yeah, look, this is what I've got so far. So here, oops, just growing one of everything so far, and I might as well harvest it here. So I've got my sac venom, I've got my Gravitino ball orbs, I've got my albumin pearl orbs, I've got my Mordite, and then round here I have my copperite. I have my puffball mushroom growing temerium, first one there. So the next one here is going to be skywort, and I need antrium. So let me do this first. Back to the original base, invading salesman. Yeah, you just keep knocking at your door all the time, don't you? Across the other side, here's my exocraft specialist. Everything finished with him, he's just sending me on missions. And this is the bit I'm most proud of, my storage bay. I've colour coded all my cubes so that I've got more chance of remembering what I've put in each one. And now, for example, this is my tech storage cube where I'll put all my nanites. There we go. And Corvat's convergence cube, I believe, is going to become useful shortly in one of the missions. And swinging around here, this green one is where I put all my plants. So, what have I got that I can put in here? I wanted antrium out. I don't need that much antrium out, so I'll put a bit back. I can put some temerium back in there. Some of these things will be useful later on for making some products. So put those in there. Is that all the antrium I've got now? Okay. Over here I've got all my orbs and stuff, so you can see I'm collecting my atlas stones and things in here. Suspension fluid might become useful sometime, but albumin pearls, I'm stocking them up if I want to start seeding some of the albumin pearl orbs. I haven't got room for gravity. I think actually suspension fluid and electron vapor are the least valuable things in there now. I might start putting my gravitino balls in. Yeah, there were some of the tech things that need gravitino balls to make, and now I'm farming them myself. That's quite easy. Blue for things like iridium and platinum, so I'm stocking those up. Let's stick that back in there, make some space. Chrysonite, I've just noticed I've got. Let's stick the chrysonite away here. And now Gek wants antrium, doesn't he? Farming Gek, so I've got antrium on me. I've got some copperite there. Can I get rid of copperite? Smelly animal poo, I think I put in this one. Yeah, copperite, there we go. Now, I don't know to what extent it's going to be useful to store some of these. You can see I've got some gold in here, because I couldn't think of anything else. Karazigen, I know, is going to be good for glass soon. I'm going to want loads of that, because I want my geodesic dome to put all my plants in on top of my base. That's going to look nice. We will see. Where was it I put sac venom? I put sac venom somewhere specific, and I can't for the life of me remember. This is rare things. Look, I got some lemium. Fantastic. I don't know why pugnium's in there. You get that all the time, can't you? Did try to. Can't remember. Anyway, right. So I've got my antrium. I will go and talk to my farmer, see if I can get some skywort planted, and then we'll see what else he's got for me. I know soon he's going to want some rubium, isn't he? And I can't get that yet. Right, skywort, crowning glory, needs antrium, which is luminous. Yes, I've got some caves nearby anyway. But here's your 50 antrium. Skywort. Needs glass. So here we've got skywort, I need Karazigen. Told you I need some of that. And carbon. Okay, if I haven't got carbon stored, yeah. If I haven't got carbon stored, then I can go out and burn down some trees. That's okay. So, Karazigen. Karazigen, 129, that's enough. What else do I need? Carbon. Carbon is in the red storage container. No, it's not. I haven't got any in there. So, let's go and cut down some trees. Right, what I will do is I'll go and cut down some trees at the same time as going to visit that what was it, a relic or something, that thing over there anyway. If I'm doing any mining at all, I'm going to take my buggy, plaque it is, because the Nomad might be quicker, but because I've upgraded, mined the aluminium mines, because I've upgraded everything on the acceleration module, I've got absolutely no space for mining. Whoop! Tell you what, I'm running out of nope, mining. Running out of plutonium as well, so I'll get some of that as I go past. There we go. Yeah, what was I saying? Yes, decided when I was upgrading my Nomad that I wanted to go as fast as possible, and so I just upgraded. I thought it's got hardly any space, so I'll just pick my upgrades carefully, and there was no point in having a mining beam if I didn't have any slots to put what you were mining into. So I left my cannon on it and got rid of the mining beam, and that enabled me to have all of the upgrades to the pulse what's it called, the acceleration module. I put them all on here as well, notice, but I've got 3 spare slots now while I've stopped. Let's stick plutonium in the engine. Do I need some? I needed to get carbon, didn't I? Because my mining... Now, a mounted cannon needs charging if I need any for fighting sentinels, but I shouldn't. And that needs charging up. Got a bit of carbon. But carbon is what I want. So, let's cut down some trees. Are you a tree? No, you're a rock. Now, those, I think they've done... Yeah, the Triton. So, where are some trees? Radioactive planet, not many trees, but there are some. Get some nice, this is carbon. You could get some nice palm trees on this planet. There's one. Ooh, platinum. Didn't have much today. I got loads back at base, actually. And what I want to try and do is keep a complete stack of key things like that in my storage bays for emergencies. And rather like anything else in life, if you're keeping it for emergencies and never ever use it, what's the point? I don't know. Anyway, but I'll have a bit of platinum in my exosuit, which is always useful. Whippy vines, get off. Bit of carbon, thank you very much. Oh, just drove over some. Oh, planium. Now, this is why... Oh, get in! That's why it's called the Asylum. There is one of... You just died. Didn't get anywhere near my butt. Did you see that? He jumped under my wheels. Suicidal beast. Yeah, one reason why I call this place the Asylum is because it's got so many predators, it's unbelievable. It's radioactive anyway, so just being around outside is not good. But if you're walking around anywhere, you just get hit by whip vines every other minute, and then those there, predators, and what you haven't seen yet is the hammerhead diplodocus, which is just comes with charges from everywhere. So, right, we've got loads of carbon. Now, the sentinels aren't bad. There he is! Hammerhead diplodocus. Oh, I'm heading off in the other direction because the sentinels aren't... They don't bother you much, but they aren't passive on this planet. And there is some plutonium. What's that? I do get titanium occasionally on this planet, which is quite nice. There is the pack. So let's go see that. Have we got enough carbon? Can't have enough carbon, can we really? Let's get a bit more. There we are. Right. Mind the holes though. Pluck. Now, I'm pretty sure I've been here before. Yes, I have. Look. They're all lit up. Been here before. Been used for another mission. Just because it's the nearest one. Right. Okay. Where are you? You know what? You're going to cause me problems if I leave you like that. So I'm going to kill you. Thank you. Sorry, World Wildlife Fund. I do like looking after the planets, the beasties on my planet, but not on this occasion. Right, okay. Knowledge imported. The monolith looms over the landscape. Its polished stone facade hides the arcane knowledge of the ancients. A blue glow envelops me as I approach it, and my head fills with sudden understanding. My scientist hunch was right. Tell me how to make... I can't remember what it was now. Insulating gel. I'm not given to superstition, but even so, I'm eager to put some distance between myself and this enigmatic artifact. I do like the stories in this. Insulating gel needs spodonium. I've got a bit of that, but I think I'm going to be able to grow it soon. What have I just planted? Skywort, haven't I? That's what I need for Karazigen for glass. Dicotyle is coming next for condensium. Then the one after that is for spodonium. Okay. Right, let's get back in my ship. Buggy. Now, what I've been doing, because it's so easy to forget what I'm trying to do, is I've been jotting down for myself what I'm trying to do. Visit relic, I now know insulating gel. With insulating gel, I can make my landing pad. But I need spodonium. Did I get enough spodonium when I first went looking for it? I do not know. But what's my agricultural guy done? He wanted antrium. What did that give me? That was skywort. Planted skywort. I can't remember what he was after next. Because I didn't write it down. Never mind, let's head home. Whee! Now I can get massive air off the Nomad. But I'll tell you what's going to hit that tree, isn't it? Not quite so much on this, but what you can do is get up on top of these mountains and ride the roller coaster. Here we go. You see my nice aluminium mounds there on this planet. Woo! Didn't mean to get down off that, but never mind. Can I get back up there? Is that too steep? Am I going to have problems? Oh! Jump out of my car while it's in the air. I'll have that, thank you. And I'll have that, thank you very much. Treaty! The Viking word for treaty. How often are they going to use that? Lost my ship now. Where have I put it? Buggy. Oh, it's predators as well. Where's my buggy? There it is.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
Woo! I am so grateful for the fact you can't destroy these things. Oh, let's just go here! There's my freighter in orbit, look. Is that... if that's titanium... No, it's plutonium. Oh.
Weapon charge depleted.
How much carbon did we need? Oh, not 400. Mining laser. Charge.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Still got 200. Okay. Got a bit of that for the engine. Hammerhead Diplodocus. There you go. Right, anyway. Yes, freighter in orbit. That was because I'd loaded those 2 spaceships I've got parked on it there with all of the stuff I was bringing back. I was doing a massive upgrade run. I'd been saving loads of exosuit upgrades. Is that zinc? No. Oh, zinc. If I see zinc, I'll stop and get it. I've been saving up a load of upgrades to do on my exosuit and my multi-tool. And so I was gradually gathering all the resources, sticking them on those ships in my freighter, and then so that the pirates didn't get me, all I did was I brought it empty ship, flew it home, and then summoned my freighter into low orbit. I think my base is just there. There we go. Summoned my freighter into low orbit and did a couple of runs down from the freighter, and that seemed to work. So I might do that again if I do a big run. Now, what do we want? We wanted to plant some skywort. I might move those ladders. Now we've got ramps, haven't we? Right, skywort coming up. Farming. Puffball. Skywort. Why can't I build it? What haven't I got? Karazigen. I didn't pick it up from the storage bay. Let's go get that. Oops. Then we'll see what the other guys wanted. I'd be so excited to be able to build a landing pad. Wanted one of those forever. Got an idea of where to put it. Oh! No, I've got Karazigen. What haven't I got then? I need Thamium 9, carbon, and Karazigen. I know why. It's because my carbon is on the exocraft. Now, isn't it annoying that Ha! Puts it on your starship, not into your exosuit, and there's no room on my starship. Rigogen. Let's have the Rigogen back. And the Pugnium. And leave me iron there because it can fill up my pulse engine. Thamium 9. What do you use Thamium 9 for on your ship? Not entirely sure. Let's get that back. Right, exocraft. Carbon. Go to ship, as well as the iron, and leave the plutonium on my exocraft for powering it later. Starship. Transfer, where's it gone? Carbon to exosuit, and leave the iron. Yeah, it's mildly annoying that you can't transfer stuff directly into your exocraft. You can transfer it from your exocraft, starship, exosuit, exosuit back to starship, and so on, but you can't put things into your exocraft, like loading it up with plutonium to use as a fuel. That would be very useful, I reckon. Now, I've got Thamium 9, yes. So I should now have everything I need to plant Skywort. Is it Skywort? Yeah. Which will grow me some glass. Well, Karazigen. So there's me Skywort. Thank you very much. Now, oh look. Mordite is one of the fastest growing ones, isn't it? Puffball hasn't gone. Copperite gone. Need that for something, can't remember. Right, so what did you want, matey? I have prepared a tray of dicotyle. Oh yes, dicotyle, which will give me candensium. Okay, dicotyle seedlings. These small flowers actually require high levels of radiation. Well, I'm on a radioactive planet. I might be able to plant some of these outside by first sowing carrion root. Yeah, I've done that. We can feed the dicotyle with radiation from the root's mordite crystals. My farmer has a talent for planting complementary crops. Yes, one plant's excretions provide the nutrients for another. When I inquire about their studies, my assistant beseeches me to lend a hand with their work. By sowing naturally radioactive carrion root, we can encourage the more delicate crop of dicotyle. I have planted some carrion root. 3 of them I haven't, though. Can I plant carrion root outside on a radioactive planet? Shall we try? Because I haven't got enough trays otherwise. I can always build some more trays if I can't. Let's give it a go. Right, here's me. Now, my plan eventually is to expand this farm, but I want to wait until I've got glass cubes. That's all it is at the moment. I want to put some glass cubes out here so that, well, so it looks nice. So just in the gap, let's see if I can plant. Can't do any of these. Mordite, carrion stuff. What have I got? Need some mordite. I haven't got mordite anyway. Thamium 9 I've got. Carbon I've got. Mordite. If I get some mordite, let's try. There is one of those crops I think I'll be able to put out here. Which is the skywort. No, which is the dicotyle, isn't it? Side door. Where did I put mordite? I think I put it in here. Not mordite. Yes, mordite. Mordite? Is it mordite I'm after? That's in my plants. Mordite. That's some of that. Let's see if I... Right. Can I plant carrion root outdoors in a radioactive environment if it is a radioactive plant? Let me see. Invalid biome. No, is the answer. Huh. It suggests that, yeah, okay, alright. I'm going to have to do a bit of expansion then in my farm. Have I got enough to make more cuboid rooms? Oh, have you grown? Yeah, bit of tamarium, there we go. Right, cuboid rooms, please, cuboid rooms. Let's have 1, 2, how much more do I want here? I'm going to leave the outside for doing glass rooms. I was doing all my plants in order, you see, just because I like to be anally retentive. Let's make one more. There. Right, now have I got enough to make some more hydroponics trays? Let's see. Farming. Farming? No. What do I need? Iron and zinc. Well, I've got iron, haven't I? Actually, I haven't even got any iron on me. Or zinc. Okay, let's go. Back to the storage bay. If I haven't got iron, that's easy enough to get. Is it yellow or red? I think it's yellow. There's my iron. So let's get a bit of that. But no zinc. No zinc. That's going to be a problem. I'm going to have to go looking for zinc. Okay. How long have I been on? I want to try and keep this stream, if possible, to an hour. Oh, hi. I've just noticed, sorry, I don't know how long ago you came on, about 10 minutes, 5 minutes, okay. Bodok Games, is that? Bondok Games, how's it going? It's going alright, thank you very much, nice of you to join me. Don't know if you're still there. Maybe you're not, maybe because I didn't notice you were there and didn't say hello. I apologise now. I'm going to go and find some zinc, and I'm going to take a buggy. I'm going to take out Herbie. I'm going to name it Herbie. I can't... Oh, where is Herbie? Oh, I pulled up outside the back, didn't I? I know I could summon it there again. Come on, Herbie. Where are you? Hello, Herbie. Getting you. Right, you are going to be Herbie. Herbie rides again. Now, one thing that's good about these is you can rename them if you get fed up with it. You can't, however, rename planets, which is a bit of an oversight, I think. I know you've been able to name planets for a lot longer than you've been able to name exocraft, because you didn't have exocraft before. But I'll tell you that story in a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a search for some zinc and then get back in the buggy, because you can't search for individual... Okay, none around. I'm going to have to drive somewhere else first. You can't search... Hello, Mr. Diplodocus. Hammerhead Diplodocus. I'm going to get you. Yeah, you can't search for individual resources when you're inside your buggy, can you? But if you just get out your buggy for a moment... We're fine. Not fair. Right, come out here. These planes have usually got some zinc. I'm going to prove myself wrong now. There's some. Yes, naming planets. There is another planet in my system. He's a herbivore. I don't want to kill him. There's the hammerhead Diplodocus, though. There's another planet in my solar system, which is two zinc planets. Excellent. Which is very arid, and it's a bit like a desert, and there's loads of mad animals in it, and it's teeming with life, and just a bit... Well, I don't know, good fun, really, and so I wanted to call it Mexico. And so I went into the menu to call it Mexico, and I had a moment of doubt and came out of the menu for a moment, and oxygen grows on this plant. So in actual fact, then discovered when I went back in, I couldn't finish naming it, and so that planet, instead of being called Mexico, is actually just called Me. Me. The planet Me. Which makes me sound very egotistical, and I didn't intend to. So hello games, if you ever hear this stream, please can you give us the ability to rename planets once we've named them? Maybe not if it's... Yeah, hello, you're going to shoot me, aren't you, if you see that? Maybe not name someone else's planet, because that would be a bit disruptive, isn't it? And I know one of the reservations you had about multiplayer was if you could spoil each other's plans, so I understand that. But maybe, surely, come on, can you rename your own planets? That would be good. Please. Thank you. No zinc. Oh, was there zinc? No, plutonium. Back home. Something interesting over there, though. Yeah. Now, I was watching one of Ryan's streams recently from Life of Ryan, and he came up with an interesting theory. I don't know whether it's true, that the Sentinels won't be activated unless... Pacify! That's more of a Viking word. The Sentinels won't be activated unless they scan your face. Is that true? What? Oh, alright. Okay, I'll believe it.
Radiation protection.
Is there something else interesting just over here? So the idea was... Ah, there it is. The idea was, if you keep walking away from the Sentinels, and if you run away from the Sentinels, they'll give up on you eventually. But,
Radiation protection.
I don't know. Oh, I know what I could do. I could transfer some stuff to my ship, couldn't I? Even though it's out of range. I've got 3 slots left. What don't I need? Rigogen. Ha ha ha! I didn't put it into storage after all that. Let's send that back to my ship. Okay. I tend to stick my nanites on my ship as well, don't I? Convergence cube. I'm not going to get many of those. I want to keep a slot open for those if I get any more, though. Now let's go on. We need zinc. Show me zinc. 30 seconds away. Point of interest. Let's go there and then scan for zinc. Okay. Now, I think I will finish the stream reasonably soon, but I want to have a satisfying ending. So, do we think that being able to plant the next plant might be a satisfying... Whipvine, go away! Might be a satisfying enough ending. Let's see. If I can just get enough zinc... Got a feeling I've been here before. If I can get enough zinc to build... What is it? I need 2 more hydroponics bays. And then I can plant 2 more carrion root. Advanced life form. I noticed actually that there's some platinum up there. Yeah, I'll have that. We've got any zinc? There's some. There's some. Okay, this is good. So, let's just get up this cliff. There's some more. Lots of zinc. Excellent. I'll have that platinum there. So I'll end this stream where, having been able to plant dicotyl, which enables me to make candensium. I'm not entirely sure what I need candensium for, other than to fulfill another mission. But we will see. Right, okay, scan. Zinc there. Zinc there. In points of interest. Hey, get off. Let's go. I'm not going to drive straight down the hole. Right, zinc there. There was some more to the left, though. You watch it disappear before I get there. Okay, here we are. Hey, a big nugget of plutonium. Let's have that. Which will probably mean that the zinc disappears before I get to it. But nevertheless... Oh, hello. It's gone. Night time. Right, where was it? Can we see zinc at night? From a car? Jump out long enough for the predator to grab me and scan. Yeah. I can see you there. Zinc. And another bit of broken machinery I noticed. That's behind the wall. Where was the zinc from here? Alright, let's get this bit of... There it is. Just spotted the zinc that was closer by. Now, I'm not going to risk standing around here with all these predators and going over here. Oh, I'm from platinum. Zinc and platinum, I reckon, are the most sought after resources that grow everywhere. Not getting near that whipvine either. Right, another quick scan. And I'm going this way for the next one. There's some platinum. Get the platinum. Do you think, here's a theory, anyone watching this, do different resources scan from different distances away? Because every time I'm on a planet and I'm looking for zinc, and I go following the... Gone. Where's Thamium? Scanner's recharging, and this thing's going to eat me. Go away. I don't want to get too far. Go away! Right, I managed to scan. Get in here. Oh, big hole! Yeah, what was I saying? Hooray! Fantastic. Oh, I love this game. Yeah, whenever I'm after zinc, and I scan it, and I start walking towards zinc, it's miles away. Have you ever found that? But things like platinum, you only scan it if it's right, you know, in the vicinity. Don't know. Theory. Maybe someone can shed some light on that. There's another knowledge check. Yeah, but it's right by. You're going, mate. Sorry. Back in here again. Zinc is over here. Ooh. Surely I've got enough zinc to build some hydroponics bays now. I might as well, while I'm here, collect as much as I can, though, haven't I? Scanner's gone. Scan. Get back in. Something interesting there, but I'm not interested at the moment. I'm going for zinc. Platinum. Zinc and platinum. 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 Lost the zinc now. Where was the zinc? Oh, whip vines. Come on, scanner. Hammerhead, Diplodocus. Right, zinc where? Interesting stuff. Candensium, I think it is. There's a nanites up there. Zinc, back that way. Where's my ship? There we are. And that's sort of approximately in the direction of home via a few other zinc sources. So let's keep going this way. It's the other side of this mountain, so let's do a bit of a jump. You watch this, I'll jump right over the top of it and it'll be just underneath there. Except I can't tell anymore. Let's get out. Where's the zinc? Loads of it over there. Where's the zinc? There, right. Some right underneath. Right, just where was it? There's some. Thought there was some close by, and there's another knowledge stone. If I walk, will I get eaten? Cute. How far away? That's going to be like miles away, isn't it? Because it always happens. Some more? No, I've got that.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
Zinky, 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 come to daddy. Don't want to fall down a hole. Where is it? Have I just driven over it? Thankfully you don't destroy the zinc. There it is. No, I don't want to get in. I want to get the zinc. No, no! Go away. Feel the end of my combat amplified mining beam. Nasty creature. Where was it? Zinc. When I first landed on this planet, I was very careful not to kill any of the animals, because I don't like killing animals, until I realised that of course they just spawn back again, don't they? So in actual fact, I'm not depleting the population. That's the wrong way direction, I'm going this way. I'm not depleting the population if I kill the predators that are out to kill me. In fact, all I'm doing is just removing them. Like, oh dear, I've just run you over. I do apologise, Mr. Hammerhead. All I'm doing is, yeah, despawning them at the moment. There were two here, weren't there? Where's the other one? I thought there was another one. Yeah, there. Cute. Right, anywhere else? On the way home? Over the hill with another knowledge stone. Let's go this way. It's good though, isn't it? When you've been in one type of system for a while, like this is a Viking system, you get the opportunity to learn quite a lot of the local language, as is about to be recognised, I think, with this journey milestone on a babelfish. Nice to know. I'm going to leave that one actually. There's another zinc here, isn't there? Is it? No, it's just my headlights. Hammerhead Diplodocus. Gonna kick me if I... Oh, hello. Whoa! Got out underneath my vehicle. That's a bit weird. Right, there's a zinc. It does grow up on top of the mountains sometimes. Some platinum. There's one zinc. I bet it's the other side of the mountain. Okay, let's go this way. Can you see how many predators there are? That is why this is the asylum. Okay, here we go. Oh, that was easy. I thought it was going to be on top. I'm under the wheels again. I'm going to run myself over and own exocraft. Where's the other one? Synthanium 9. Okay, it's on the other side. Let's get up the hill. There's more down there, look. Oh, we're fine! Damn it! Lost it. Where's that zinc? Some over there. Is that too far in the wrong direction, though? There was some up here, wasn't there? There it is. Not the whip vine again! Same whip vine twice! That's just not fair. Alright. I'll take this payback for cheating death by swimming in the exocraft. Right. Here we go. Back home. Whoa, big chasm! I'm not going to go there. Maybe I will. Let's give it a go. Yeah, there we go. And I think I saw something in my base in the distance there. Where are we going? There it is. Ah! Nearly fell down. Aluminium mine. They're the bane of... When I first got the exocraft, before I upgraded the... Flipping the fine. Before I upgraded the acceleration booster. Like, oh, there's one. That used to happen a lot. And since I'm so close to my base, I ought to remember that they're there, haven't I? Really. But I used to have to, every time, climb back out, jetpack up to the top and summon my exocraft again. Right, I believe I now have enough zinc to plant some Mordite. No, which I decided wasn't going to be outside. Was I? No, not... Right, I'm going to build 2 more hydroponics bays right here. I'm going to give myself a little space so I can stand and move around them. And I'm going to put one here. Except there we go. And I want it to be that way around. One there and one there. There we go. And now I can plant in it carrion root. 1, 2, and now I have 3 carrion roots. Let me harvest a few of these. Bit more raw glass. Bit more raw lubricant when I learn how to do it. Another gravitino ball I can sell. Some more tamarium and some sapvenom. All of which is jolly good. But let's go see Mr. Geck. You what? You're not going to let me... Alright, I'm going to have to go and empty some things, aren't I? Ah. Right. I'm going to end the stream as soon as I've talked to him and got the next plant. Okay? That's the idea. So what I'm going to do is I just need to make a little bit of space. Let's put the conversion... Oh, I've got 10 convergence cubes. That's nice. Gravitino balls I'm going to put here. Nanites I'm collecting. 781, that's quite nice. I'm putting things like Carazogen, no, Copperite in there. I've now got a space. What did I have in there? Carazogen. Put it there. Now I've got some space. I'm going to go and talk to my Geck. I'm going to get the next plant and then I'll sign off for tonight. So, whilst I'm doing this, thank you very much for watching. I haven't had many people watching live, it must be said, but that's not surprising since I've only just started streaming. I hope you've been able at least to hear what I'm saying in this stream. If you go back to stream number 1, if you've got that much endurance to listen through that, you can more or less hear what I'm saying, but it's very quiet. So I hope you've been able to hear today's stream. And when I've done this, let's see, complementary crops, I've read this. I've planted some more carrion root. Tell me, please, how to plant Dicotyle, there we are, and Candensium, I'll be able to do that. So by the time, if I stream again, by the time I next see you, I'll have planted some Candensium, and what I would like to do is finish off the other missions, and maybe even build the Holy Grail, a landing pad on my home base. I hope some of this has been useful. I hope it's been entertaining. I hope you've had fun. Drop me a like if you enjoyed it. Drop me a sub if you want to find out what I'm doing next, and that would be fantastic. So for now, thank you. Good night.